Welcome to the Balance Era, a podcast for the women rewriting the rules. Here, we leave behind the pressure to be perfect and step into a life built on self-love, softness, strength, and intention. I'm your host, Madison, a former overachiever, fitness girl, and lifelong perfectionist, learning how to slow down, show up, and trust myself again. Each week, we'll be talking about what it really means to live in alignment, from body image and burnout to confidence, femininity, and chasing big dreams without losing yourself in the process. This is your space to breathe, to feel seen, and to remember you don't have to choose between ambition and peace. Welcome to the Balance Era. You're right on time. Welcome back to another episode. I am so excited for today's episode. I don't know about you, but for me, August feels like back to school vibes and like getting organized and just getting realigned with your goals for this year. And so it makes me want to embody that starting fresh, getting aligned with my goals, cleaning everything energy. Like, I don't know, but I just love it. It makes me crave structure and routine. And I have been just craving more structure in my life recently because the beginning of this year, I decided I didn't want any structure. So I let go of all structure with my workouts and nutrition and all of that. And I've just been kind of going with the flow, but I am starting to crave that structure and routine again and doing it in a way with not as much pressure as I put on myself previously. So I want to share things that I have done for this month to kind of reset and get realigned while still keeping that balanced energy. So today I'm going to share 5 simple things that you can do this week to reset your life, including mentally, physically, digitally, all of it. So if you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or you just kind of need a soft reset, reboot moment, this episode is going to be for you. The first thing that I love to do for a reset is to define your goals for the month. So I typically write them out. I have 4 different categories. I will do a personal goal, a work goal, a health and fitness goal, and then a finance goal. And these don't need to be anything crazy. It can just be something that you need, like you would like to achieve in this next month that will just keep you focused. So for personal, that could be, working on journaling or not going on your phone right away in the morning or taking a 10-minute walk to end your evening, different things like that. Work, that obviously just depends on what you do for work. For health and fitness, that could be starting a new workout routine. That could be implementing more meals with nutrient-dense foods. That could be 10,000 steps every day. That could be 8 hours of sleep every night. Whatever goal that you have for that. And then same thing for finance. If you want to set a certain savings goal or a certain income goal or a certain investment goal or whatever it is, just set these goals for yourself because that is your intention for this month. One of my favorite journal entries to do in the beginning of the month too is to just do a small little list of where am I right now, with my personal goals, work, health and fitness, and finance. Where am I at with all of those things, and then where do I want to be? So that way I can look at where I'm at and where I want to be and kind of see that middle ground and decide what is it that I'm going to do this month that's going to make that middle ground smaller so that I'm closer to being to that point that I want to be at with whatever goals that I have for each of those categories. You're then going to translate that into a habit. So let's say that your personal goal is to not go on your phone for the first 30 minutes of the day. You're going to put that in your habit tracker, whether you have a actual habit tracker or you just write it down on a piece of paper with like a checklist next to it. Write down no phone for the first 30 minutes of the day. If your goal is 10,000 steps each day, write down 10,000 steps each day with a checklist next to it. If your goal is to save $3,000, then break that down into, okay, that's $100 a day-ish for 30 days. So figure out how you're going to save $100 each day, and so on and so forth. If your goal is to drink a gallon of water every single day, right? Drink 1 gallon of water every single day and write the checklist next to it. And break these goals into habits that you can do every single day that are moving you closer to that goal. Because if you break down your big goals into smaller, more bite-sized goals, you are much more likely to actually achieve these goals at the end of the month. The second thing that you're going to do for your August reset is going to be clean. So clean your physical space, your mental space, and your digital clutter. So physical space, that can be your home. So, cleaning in drawers, underneath the bathroom sink, cleaning out your closet, particularly those clothes that you keep for years on end, knowing that you're not ever going to wear them, but you just can't let them go. This is your time to let them go. Also cleaning out your car or your purse or that junk drawer that you have hidden in your house, because your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. And so if you're constantly living in clutter and chaos, what does that say about your mind? Cleaning your mental clutter. This is one of my favorite things to do. Just journaling. So a journal prompt that you can do is, what is taking up mental space that I haven't acknowledged? And just kind of let this flow and let all of these things that you're holding in your mind out on paper. Something else that's a little bit similar is a brain dump to-do list. It was in one of Mel Robbins' podcast episodes that I learned about this. I can't remember which one, but she just talked about writing a brain dump list. So this long to-do list of all the things that you have running in your mind, like the random things, like changing the light bulb in the laundry room, or going to buy stamps, or like small little things like that you're just like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. Write it all down. You don't have to do it all this week or this month, but writing it out and getting it out of your head is going to help to free up some of that space, because your mind is trying to remember so many different things. So when you can let go of that and put it on paper so you don't have to constantly have it in your mind, that will free up some of that mental clutter. And also, once you have that list out, you can sort it into to-do list, to let go of list, and to delegate list, because you don't need to do everything on your own. And there's some things that you can just let go of. Just, you don't actually have to do it. And with delegating, it can be so hard. As someone who understands what it's like to want to just do everything your way and do it your way because you feel like that's what's best, it's okay to let go of some things and let someone else do it. So sort that list into to do, to let go, and to delegate. The third thing that you're going to do for your August reset is to get your life organized with Google Calendar. Don't laugh when I say this, but I am someone that if it's not in my calendar, it doesn't happen. It's not going to happen. So making your priorities visible is so important. I plan out all appointments. I put my workouts in there too. I put when I'm going to go to sleep. Like, I track my sleep in there just so I can set aside that time to get good rest. I plan, if I have a full content day, I plan all of my content for that day. You can plug in like self-care hour where like you want to do all of your self-care things. But just making your priorities visible is so important. Once you have all of your goals written out for this month, so it should just be one in each category, another really helpful thing to plug into your Google Calendar are the habits that you put on your habit tracker. So if your goal is 10,000 steps, you can block out a time where you're going to go get your steps in, whether it's you break it up into 2 different walks, or you take some of your work on like your walking pad at home or on the treadmill at the gym, and you get your steps there, but plan out when you're going to get your steps. Same thing if you are trying to not go on your phone for the first 30 minutes of the day. You could put in your Google Calendar like morning routine, like block out that 30 minutes or hour for your morning routine and put no phone. I'm going to sit in silence or listen to a fun playlist that I put together or journal or however you like to start your day, but put that in your calendar. Because if it's in your calendar, you're going to see it and be reminded that that is your priority. Bouncing off of the idea of plugging in your morning routine into Google Calendar, the fourth habit is going to be to create a feel-good routine. So this does not need to be a super strict, structured routine, but it can just be like a 10-minute ritual that you have for yourself that kind of helps you get grounded and get realigned with yourself and your goals. For me, I love because I like to gym in the morning, and so once I'm home from the gym, I will sit out on my deck and I will do my journal where I do 3 things that I'm grateful for, 3 positive affirmations, and then I do scripting and I get to write about whatever I want to write about. But I do that and then I read, because I like to read every single day. So I read a few pages in the morning. And that time is my time to connect with myself and sit down and do something for me before I go into the day and am doing things for everyone else. If you don't want to sit down and journal, you could just have a 10 minutes in the morning where you sit down with your favorite morning coffee or greens or matcha or whatever you like in the morning and just sit there and listen to a playlist that you put together, or just even sit in silence and just spend time with yourself. If you're someone that likes to get moving and grooving in the morning, you could do a 10-minute walk to start your day, but have that as part of your feel-good routine, because that thing that you are engaging in is going to make you feel good and feel connected with yourself. So finding what that is and then prioritizing that in this new era. The last thing for you to do in your reset routine moment is going to be auditing your inputs. And this is very broad, but when I say this, I mean looking at who you follow on social media and unfollowing or muting accounts that don't make you feel good. Also, paying attention to what other media you're consuming, whether that's TV or other podcasts or music or whatever it is. Make sure that what you are putting into your brain is helpful for you and moving you forward and not keeping you stuck and not keeping you in those negative feelings. Like, I think that waking up and starting your day by watching the news is probably one of the worst things you could do for your nervous system and for setting your mind right for the day. Because I think it's great to be informed with what's going on, but I think setting your mind with all of the chaos and bad that's going on in the world is just like a bad way to start the day. So just being mindful with what you're putting into your mind and your body. Because diet is all things. Diet is not just food, but it is the media that you consume, the thoughts that you're putting into your mind, and so much more. And also, you can unfollow people in real life. Like, if you have people that you're around that are just constantly talking negative about others or are just not making you feel like the person that you want to be and that is making you feel out of alignment with who you want to be, stop spending so much time with them. It doesn't have to be a big thing, but just stop spending time with people that are bringing others down if you don't want to be engaging in that behavior. One of my favorite things to do, too, in a new season like this, where I'm getting reset, realigned, all of those things, is I love to start a new book. Some of my favorite books that I recommend are Atomic Habits, The Power of One More, The Mountain Is You, It's All in Your Head. I think that one's by Russ, I'm pretty sure. But just starting a new book that is aligned with whatever goals that you have set. So if you are trying to enter your disciplined girly era where you're, wanting to get more disciplined with your workouts or starting to take nutrition seriously or starting to take care of yourself in general, then maybe Atomic Habits or The Power of One More would be good for you. If your goals for this month are to really go inward and do some inner healing work, then maybe The Mountain Is You book, it would be really good for you. If you're someone that wants to start creating content but you're nervous about what other people will say about it or what other people will think about it, then maybe the book called It's All in Your Head by Russ could be good for you. But just like finding a book that is aligned with these goals that you have set for yourself will just help you to stay the path and to keep motivated on whatever it is that you're working on. In the beginning of this episode, I mentioned that I myself did a full reset. I actually documented it on YouTube. I'm working on that video this week, so it should be up shortly after this podcast is up. But I did a full reset too because I was just feeling so like it's fun to go with the flow every once in a while, but I did that for like all of this year and I definitely needed that, so I don't regret it at all. But now I'm in a point of like, okay, I know what I want to do and the only thing that's stopping me is myself. So let's get realigned. So I set my goals for the month. I put them in my habit tracker. I just use a habit tracker that I got off of Amazon. I can link it down below, but I think it was like $12 maybe, but it just has 12 daily habits. You don't have to fill them all in, but I have 10 in there. And then 4 weekly habits and 3 monthly habits, but just filling in whatever habits are aligned with those goals that you set for yourself so that you're actually taking steps forward. And it's like all about doing the moving the needle tasks, I think is what it's called. Small things every single day that will move the needle and will get you closer to that goal that you have. I also wrote myself a new workout program because I, in the past, loved when I was doing structured programs. I just didn't love the goals of those structured programs necessarily. Like I, for a while, was doing some that were really heavy upper body too, which was fine because that was what we were training for at the time. But it wasn't necessarily what I wanted. But when I say I had never been stronger or more like solid in my body, like my body was solid muscle and it felt amazing. I had never been like that before I had started doing structured routines. And a structured routine is just like a program that you'll follow for 12 weeks where the exercises are intentionally, picked out for your goals and what you want. So I was really just craving that sort of structure again because I love to lift and take care of myself and feel good, and I allowed myself to explore different workouts the beginning of this year, but I just am coming back to my lifting because I just love it so much. But I'm not lifting as crazy upper body as I used to because I used to do 3 upper body days a week and I'm keeping it at 1. But I do think that it is important to, train all muscle groups so you're balanced and you're not creating super bad like muscle imbalance in your body. So the split that I put together is 3 lower body days. It's a glute day, a glute and quad day, and then a glute and hamstring day. And then it's 1 upper body day and 1 full core day because for me, I would always save core for after my workouts. And then it was the thing that was likely to get skipped because if I started running behind, which tends to happen because I love to chat with people at the gym and I have so many friends there. And so I would get sidetracked and then I wouldn't have time to do core and then I would just not do it. And then I would be mad because I wasn't doing it. So I'm just setting a full day for core. I think it's just like 5 or 6 exercises maybe. And it's 4 sets of 10, I think is what I did. But yeah, so it's a 5-day split, and then I will be doing my steps after my workouts just because I love to get my steps in. I get at least 10,000 steps in a day. Sometimes it's closer to 15,000 because I'm always moving and grooving. I love going on walks. They're my favorite things ever. So I am just implementing my 30-minute incline walk after my lifts. But I am also going to share that with you all. I will put a link to download the workout program in the description because I want to be able to share that with you all. And also I do want to mention that the workout program that I put together for myself is definitely more advanced. Like it's a lot of glute work. I calculated it once I put it all together and I think it's 48 sets of glutes per week, which is a lot. But I have also trained glutes really hard and heavy for a long time, and so I am someone that likes to train them hard, and yeah, that's why this one is going to be a little bit more intense for the glutes, but it is also balanced because I am incorporating different movements that also will be targeting quads and hamstrings, and I'm also doing upper body. So I'm just excited to have a structured program again and to just be able to look at my phone because I keep my workouts in my phone usually, and look at the workout that I need to do and just do it instead of thinking like, oh, what do I feel like doing today? Because that led to a lot of skipping different workouts that I should be doing. And with starting a new workout program, it is also so important to make sure you're getting enough rest and fueling your body with enough food to give you energy and support your body for all that it's going through with the different workouts. So that is key. And we are going to keep things balanced around here. So no strict dieting or anything like that, but just incorporating nutrient-dense, high-protein meals. And also, if there's a day where I'm just tired and I really feel like my body is telling me that I'm not going to lift, then we're in our balance era and we're not going to lift that day. We might do a light stretch instead or a walk. But I am so excited to have a structured program again and just do it with a different mindset and not the all or nothing mindset that I had previously. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I just want to remind you, you don't have to do all 5 of these things in one day. This is just an idea list that can help you to start getting everything together, getting your life feeling more together again, and just to get you feeling like you again and in alignment with the things that you want to do. If you found these tips helpful, let me know in the comments, or share this with a friend that you think it would be helpful for, or just share it on your story and tag me on Instagram, because I would love to see what you are doing to reset this month. And again, like I mentioned, I will put my new workout program down below. And yeah, happy August. This is going to be such an amazing reset month. I just love getting refocused and realigned with my goals and what I want to do. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.